What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Joseph Parker. Joseph Parker has recently stated that Andy Ruiz has been going around stating that he feels he beat Joseph Parker in their bout while fighting for the WBO heavyweight championship of the world. And Joseph Parker simply had this to say. He says he thinks he's won, but I know that I won. He says, he also goes to say, I know I belong at the top. Look, we lost a couple of close fights, but with the Ruiz's win, the division opens up once again, and we definitely have unfinished business together. He thinks he won. I know I won. So whenever he wants to get in the ring and do it again, I'll be ready. You know, this is a silver lining for Joseph Parker, and you know, he did get in some close losses. The close loss to AJ, the other loss to Dillian White, and that is his two losses to date. Okay, but he does have Andy Ruiz on his record as a win, and Andy Ruiz is now the unified heavyweight champion of the world. So the silver lining and the heavyweight division gets that much interesting at this point, because you have these triangle theories that people live and die on, that they work, that's the way it's going to be because this guy beats this guy. He certainly can't beat the guy that lost to the guy that beat this guy. All that doesn't work, okay? Now, let's say that out of all that, if Ruiz, because he has a hard road ahead of him. Sure, he has the Anthony Joshua rematch, but after the Anthony Joshua rematch, we have the possible Usyk fight, and let's say he gets past Usyk, then he's dealing with somebody like Joseph Parker, okay? The thing about boxing is the style matchups, okay? The way these fighters are comparable to each other. What will happen on the day with these guys, with the styles that they possess, okay? Parker knew, and I saw that fight a couple times when he fought Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz threw good combinations when he could, okay? Because one thing I noticed about Andy Ruiz, he has to set the punch. He's kind of like Canelo. You know, he's kind of like Canelo Alvarez when dealing with foot movement and mobility. Hand speed, stellar. Speed, good. Power, decent. But foot movement, mobility, not so much. Joseph Parker is naturally a fast heavyweight. He's in fact one of the fastest heavyweights, okay? Because that was the advantage he had in with Anthony Joshua, okay? He was faster. He was shorter, but he was faster. So he could move more, you know? So that's why that fight was a textbook style, and Joshua knew right away, I can't just run my ass in there like he did with Ruiz, you know, which was strangely odd, okay? But that's due to him knocking Ruiz down for the first time. You know what I mean? Because he knocked him down. He thought, damn, pay dirt. Let me go in, finish him, right? That's all he thought in his mind. But as far as Joseph Parker, no. Joseph Parker's never been down at that time with Joshua. And he knew not to come in with Parker. So Parker knew how to fight another faster fighter like Ruiz. That's why it was difficult for Ruiz. He couldn't throw those punches. A lot of times he was kind of gunshot. The reason he was gunshot, people, was simply because he had to be set to throw those punches. He's a beautiful combination fighter, but he can't really punch and fight off his back foot. If you notice, he's a good counter puncher, but the way Joseph Parker fought him, he came in and he came out. He pick and choose when he came in, and he was smart. So, and he was very careful. And then that caused Andy Ruiz to be tentative and couldn't get those punches off. And that's ultimately why he lost the fight, because he was looking for the best punches, where instead of just throwing like he did with Joshua, but Joshua had his hands up. So, look, the styles make the fights. Say all that to say this, people. I would love to see a rematch between Parker and Ruiz. You know, see, now Ruiz has all the belts on the table as of right now. Of course, we know the rematch that, you know, that's set in stone pretty much, right? But that is something to look forward to on down the line, with the belts or without the belts. because these guys do have unfinished business because it was a close fight. I feel all close fights have unfinished business. You know what I mean? I don't think it's just one of those things where, yeah, I won by the hairs of my chinny chin chin. Now I'll never fight you again. You know, no, I never agreed with any fights like that. You know, even Trinidad De La Hoya, and I feel De La Hoya beat him 8 rounds to 4. However, Trinidad won that fight. There should have been a fight ran back right after that. That should have been a rematch, especially on the way the decision went down. Canelo Lara, same thing. Ruiz Parker, same thing. Or should I say Parker Ruiz, however you want to call it. It would be a Ruiz Parker now, wouldn't it? So yeah, I would be all for this fight. And I think that Parker's style would give him fits and trouble anyway, just like Ruiz's style gives Anthony Joshua problems. People's styles give other people's problems. That's their kryptonite in retrospect. So, you know, you guys tell me what you think about a possible fight with Andy Ruiz versus Joseph Parker, part 2. Of course, please subscribe, guys. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.